You ever have that one team member who avoids conflict that like they're dodging a speeding ticket? The everything is fine person while the rest of the team is practically drowning? Yeah, we've all been there. But here's the thing. Conflict isn't the enemy. Avoiding it, well, that's where the real trouble begins. We are diving into embracing conflict that might just be the secret to building stronger, more resilient teams in your clinic. Hey, True North 808 family, this is Jules. We are going to talk about team building, and today we're going to focus on something that gets the bad rap: conflict. Most of us hear that word and instantly picture tension, arguments, awkward meetings, but healthy conflict is actually a game changer for your team. Yep, you heard me right. Let's dive into unified team building blueprint, navigating conflict and strengthening bonds. Let's be real. Conflict in the clinic can feel like a storm brewing, but today we're flipping the script. Let's go. Number 1. Own the conflict. Don't let it own you. Avoiding conflict? Sure, it feels easier in the moment. So it's like sweeping the dirt under the rug. But all it does is let the small issues grow into major headaches. Let's flip that thinking. What if you saw conflict as an opportunity, not an obstacle? Healthy conflict versus avoidance. Conflict is like pressure valve. When handled right, it releases tension. But if you avoid it, it builds and builds until boom, it's a volcanic eruption and it's spewing all over the place. My sister would know all about that. Anyway, tackling conflict head on lets you resolve issues before they blow up, and it builds stronger, healthier team in the process. It builds trust. Here's where the magic happens. When you face conflict head on, you're not just solving problems, you're building trust. Create an open space for people to speak up without fear, and that's where real growth starts. Open, fearless communication leads to culture of transparency and where growth takes root. Next up, we turn conflict into connection. Once your team feels safe to speak up, conflict loses its sting. Now it's time to transform that energy into something powerful: team unity. How? Through shared experiences that turned friction into fuel. Shared experiences equals stronger bonds. Ever noticed how going through tough times together can bring people closer together? That's exactly what happens when your team navigates challenges side by side and face conflict as a unit. Think of it like a team building boot camp. The challenges pushes you, but growth experience is worth every second of it. Conflict resolution exercises lets problem solving a strength, not a weakness. Think of team building activities like training for your team's brain power. The more practice handling conflict, the sharper and more resilient they become. So get ready to take it up a notch. Let's talk about trust, the glue that holds all this power together. Trust is the foundation of unbreakable teams. No trust, no team. Trust is the backbone of every successful clinic. Without it, everything crumbles. But when it's solid, your team becomes unshakable. Your team can overcome and weather any storm. Trust as the foundation, it isn't just a nice thing to have, it's a must-have. It's like the Wi-Fi of team dynamics. You don't realize how essential it is until it's missing. So keep the connection strong by being transparent, reliable, and showing up when it matters the most. Next, celebrate your team's wins. And hey, don't forget, I'm big on celebrations, so celebrate. Whether it's a major milestone or just nailing a tough week, celebrating keeps morale high and the whole team connected. When your team feels seen and appreciated, they bring their best selves to work. Remember to appreciate, and a quick, great job can transform your clinic's energy overnight. Here's why it matters. When conflict becomes a catalyst for growth, you're not just managing a clinic, you're leading a powerhouse team that's prepared to take on any challenge. Turn conflict into growth. Don't avoid the hard stuff, embrace it, and watch your team rise. Unite your team. A team that communicates openly and trusts each other is a force to be reckoned with. They don't just survive, they thrive. And then when your team are united, it prevents burnout. Resilient teams handle stress like pros, keeping morale high and burnout low. So here's my challenge to you. Where are you going to stand and deliver on? What's one conflict you're ready to turn into a breakthrough moment? Drop it in the comment below, and I can't wait to see your team transform. Until next time, aloha.